Okay, especially if you're not outsourcing, you have to think about your video ideas. But coming from someone that has done a 9 to 5, before you start out content creation, you might want to watch this video, because some of these things you don't really talk about it. Sometimes, trust me, in your 9 to 5 you don't really care, as long as you just want to turn up. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm a Gilechi. If it's the first time you're seeing this gorgeous girl, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button. Like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you get notified whenever I drop a video. And if it's not, hi love, welcome back. So this is actually an unplanned video. I wanted to do my makeup. It's my baby girl's birthday today and we're kind of having dinner, and I decided to gist with you guys, talk to you guys about life as a YouTuber and all of that, and all you need to know basically before starting out your YouTube journey or your content creation journey. So if that is something you like to see, please continue watching this video. I'm actually going to go ahead to prime my face. I'm using this primer by Ezekiel. So first off, if you are starting out a content creation journey, a YouTube journey, anything like that, one thing I've discovered is that you actually have to be really disciplined with yourself, because starting out content creation, you really don't have a boss. Regularly at a 9 to 5, you're required to be at the office at social time, you're required to leave the office at this time. When they give you a task, you are required to finish that task. You know that you're on the clock. Basically, the word is you have someone that you answer to, so that makes sure that you get the work done. But being a content creator, starting out a YouTube channel and all of that, you will do that for yourself. So if you let yourself go, if you don't check in on yourself, if you are not disciplined with it, I'm really sorry that you might not actually be able to scale through, because it requires a lot of discipline. Actually, it requires you to get your ass up, shoot that video on those days that you really don't want to do that. Regularly, if you're heading to work, you can't say, oh, I'm not feeling too good today, I have to I don't think I'm gonna go to work, because someone pays you to show up and you answer to that person. But starting out a YouTube channel, you answer to yourself, and on those days that you don't feel like it, if you just sit down and say, yes, I don't feel like it, I'm not going to do anything today, before you know what's happening, one day turns into 2 days, 3 days, a week, and a month, and you're slacking behind on consistency. And you all know that in this YouTube journey, content creation in general, consistency is one thing that everybody keeps talking about. You have to actually show up to be relevant on the space. So it requires you to build your self-discipline, in that you are the one that is going to check up on yourself. You are the one that is going to be like, okay, I have to post my videos every week, and for me to post videos every week, I have to do this, do that, follow this timeline. If you're like waiting for someone to tell you to show up, you're not going to scale through. People feel like content creation or YouTube or doing YouTube doesn't require you to do a lot. They're like, 9 to 5 is really stressful. Yes, I want something easier, probably I should start content creation and all of that. So I'm here to tell you that if you're running away from discipline in that sense, then you shouldn't, because content creation actually requires you to have more discipline. Actually, the next thing is the fact that most people actually think that starting out content creation or YouTube doesn't actually require a lot of work. But coming from someone that has done a 9 to 5 and currently starting out a YouTube channel, I will tell you that starting out a YouTube channel requires more work, because at least for a 9 to 5, you have your hours. You're like, okay, I'm going to go to work I'm supposed to be at work by 8, I'm supposed to be at work at 9, and then I'm supposed to leave the office by like 6, yes, by 6, by 5, and I'm done with that day's job. I can go to somewhere else, I can do something else with my time. But trust me, starting out a YouTube channel actually requires you to work all hours. Actually, if care is not taken, you might work around the clock, because sometimes, especially if you have days that you post your videos and you're like, okay, this video has to go up on so day, you will have to put in extra work to be certain that that video goes up when it's required to go up. Meaning that sometimes you might actually have to pull an all-night, especially if you're not outsourcing. You have to think about your video ideas, plan your content, have your content calendar, shoot those videos, edit those videos, and then post those videos. If you are thinking about getting into content creation or starting a YouTube channel just because you feel like it's not going to require a whole lot of work, I'm sorry, baby. If you really don't want to put in a whole lot of work, you're going to put in work, but probably it's not going to be as crazy as, you know, someone who doesn't outsource. I would suggest you outsource. Maybe you outsource editing, do you understand, someone to manage your accounts and someone to edit your videos, because editing is where the problem is. Editing takes a whole lot of time and a whole lot of work. And if you're like me, you just learned editing because you started a YouTube journey, meaning that you're not yet a pro and you're just starting out, and it's a bit difficult and you might be a bit slow, you're going to sit down at a place and edit those videos that you've made. So yes, it requires a whole lot of work. Definitely it has its pros and cons. The fact that you work around the clock can mean that you can actually put in the work. You can say, okay, I want to have a free next month, I want to take a break in 2 weeks, meaning that I have to put in a whole lot of work, make a lot of videos so that I can schedule these videos and, you know, be free in the next 2 weeks and all of that. Yes, you plan your time. Actually, you know, there's this flexibility. You are flexible, you're not constrained by the fact that you must be here at so time. You can say, okay, I'm not working from home today, I'm working from this place. You can travel, you can do a whole lot of things while you are still working. That is where it is more convenient, but the fact still remains that you are going to put in a whole lot of work, because sometimes, trust me, in your 9 to 5 you don't really care, as long as you just want to, you know, turn up, and whatever work you get done, it's fine. If you don't get a lot done that day, it's not your problem. You're paid to show up and that's it. But when it's just like running your own business, just like being an entrepreneur, you want to put out the best. You want to make sure that what you're giving out is the best. Therefore, you go the extra mile, you put the extra effort to make good videos, create good content. You can batch film your video. That is actually one thing that does help here. Yes, you can batch film a whole lot of videos, and then you're editing them and you're, you know, uploading them, scheduling your videos as the day goes by. But if you watch my vlog, you might actually get to see my dates. So another thing that is worthy of note is, and I don't see a lot of persons talk about this, is the floodgates of ideas, if I would put it that way. The fact that sometimes you might not be able to get a decent sleep because your brain is constantly working, your brain is constantly thinking about content ideas, and when you're sleeping, that's when it's like, oh, you can do this video, oh, you can you can make a video like this, oh, you can make a video like this, and all of that. It is crazy and exhausting sometimes. Sometimes you're like, I just want to sleep. Like, can I just sleep? Can I just sleep and stop thinking about all this? Yeah, create a content like this, create a content like that, And one thing I would want you to do actually is that whenever you get that, yes, that inspiration is telling you, create this, create that, pick up your notepad or your phone, just put it down, because trust me, sometimes if you don't do that, when you need those ideas, they are going to be so far. You're like, I was thinking about something the other day, I wanted to make this kind of video, and you're like, what was I even thinking about? What kind of video did I say I wanted to make? And if you don't have these things written down, you might not be able to remember it. It has happened to me serially. So right now, whenever I have those ideas, I might be at the point where I want to just sleep. I might be at the point where I'm just about to doze off. I still manage to get up from my bed and put those ideas down, because it is actually precious juice that is coming to you at that point in time. I want to make do a productive week. Videos like that can help me figure out what routine would actually work, you know, balancing a job, balancing content creation, a job, and a daily job that you have to do every day, content creation that you actually also have to do every day, and a life, actually having a life, having time for yourself, having time for family, having time for friends. Trust me, you actually have to, yes, that's another thing, you actually have to get a perfect routine that actually works, because if you don't, a part of you is actually going to pay for it. You might actually not have enough time for yourself, which I wouldn't advise you do, because you need to also take care of yourself, yes, and you also need to have time for friends and family, because it is also very important for you to also meet up, for you to socialize, for you to have a life, else you're just going to burn out, and when you burn out, that's it. So you have to work out a perfect routine that works for you, and that can take a while actually, but you will. Another thing about starting out a content creation journey, YouTube journey, or you know, anything in that line, it helps you get to know yourself better, because you spend a lot of time with yourself, especially if you edit your own videos. Also, you spend a lot of time looking at yourself, the way you talk, your ideas. One other thing you should, you know, bear in mind is the fact that you shouldn't just feel like because you just started out content creation, because you started posting, that you are just going to, you know, blow all of a sudden, that you're going to go viral and people are going to be like, oh, who is this new girl on the block, who is this new person on this space, and all of that. Yes, it happens for some persons, but I would suggest that you don't go into it with that in mind, so that you end up not getting disappointed. Because if you have that kind of expectation, and you're in 1 month, 2 months, and it doesn't actually pick up for you, sometimes you can actually lose interest and be like, no, it's not working for me. But no, sometimes some persons, they have to be on the space for a couple of months, some years, and all of that, and at the end of the day, when it pays off, it does pay off. That's why if you're starting it out, I would suggest that you're going into it for the right reasons, especially YouTube. YouTube is a big platform actually that takes a while. Do you understand? You go into it for the right reasons, and not like, oh, you're just going into it because you just want to make money off it. It has to be something that you're passionate about, so that before you start earning from it, you can actually, your passion can actually fuel you to continue doing it. Do you understand? Another thing that I want to say is the fact that if you want to get good with your content, you shouldn't hoard your content. You have to post your content, especially when you're starting out and nobody is actually watching your content. You can actually learn from your own content, learn from other creators, learn from your mistakes, and you know, the phrase that says practice makes perfect actually works. Once you're posting, you're creating and posting, creating this content, posting, you're definitely going to get better. So bear it in mind that if you don't post your content, you won't actually grow. So the fear of looking stupid is actually holding you back, and whether you like it or not, if you want to be on social media, that is actually what you want to do, you do have to actually start posting your content. So post that content today, period. Another thing you also need to be aware of is the fact that you'll be required to make some investments, like you have to get equipment and other things for filming. But I would suggest that if you're starting out, no pressure, do what you need to do, start out, and be sure that, yeah, this is something you want to do, this is something you like doing, before you start investing, because eventually you would need to invest. So that's basically all I have for you guys today. If you have something you need me to talk about, do let me know at the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.